Yo, what's going on, guys? Monday night, just finished my work day or my work time. I have no school this week though. It's reading week. I don't know how it works in America, but for Canadian schools, at least there's a week off where you have time after exams, and I'm using that time to study, sales. And I have exams after the break, which is stupid, but I'm using this time to overall study, get my mind right. And I was writing in my journal before I go to bed. Also got this new book in the mail. Gonna bang it out, but this has been in my mind for the last couple of weeks, and I've been dying to share it. And what I really want to talk with you guys about today is that you never rise to your ambitions, right? Whether you want to make 100K, you want to get in shape, you want to read more, you want to sleep more, whatever you have your ambitions set for, right? You're not gonna rise to them. You're not. So get that out of your head. But what you do though is that you fall to your standards. And the greatest example is fitness, right? It always circles back to fitness. If I'm somebody who wants to have huge arms, abs, in shape, lose weight, if I have a standard of drinking water every day, not skipping the gym, doing cardio, stretching, all the things that are going to maximize my chances, if that becomes my new standard, I will achieve that. If I have an ambition of it, I'm just mentally masturbating to the fact of me being in shape. I'm never gonna do that. If I have a low standard of skipping the gym, not drinking water, oh, I'm tired, let's skip cardio, I'm not gonna stretch. If that's my standard, I'm never gonna reach that goal. You have to have that standard of I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna stretch, I'm gonna do cardio, I'm gonna drink my water, I'm gonna do this stuff every day because that is my standard, that's who I am. And ultimately it comes down to just knowing and understanding that the person you likely want to become is not the guy you are right now, right? You have to change your standards. Right now, for me even, right? I have standards right now that would not fly for the guy I want to become. So it's not a flick of a switch. You don't just wake up tomorrow and then become that guy. But it's slow. It's a slow process, but it has to be a process. You have to actually actively be moving. The guy I was last year or 2 years ago probably wouldn't be studying during a week off of school. He wouldn't be reading books, right? But it's a slow transition. You don't rise to your ambitions. I have the same ambitions 2 years ago, but I'm raising my standards. I have a standard of doing work, reading, sleeping, drinking water. Those are just standards I have to have. And that's really what it boils down to, right? And I've been observing people around me. People who are a step ahead of me in life, a few steps even maybe. And they all have high standards for themselves. There's certain things I have to do. And recently I've noticed myself, I've been starting to see myself surrounded by people who are at least a step ahead of me in life. And that's exactly what you need. I urge you, find people who are a step or two ahead of you in life. Because if they're going in the direction you want to go, you can piggyback off of what they do in their standards, right? Like for me, I'm in a sales team right now. And a lot of the guys are a step or two ahead of me in life. They've made that leap. They're at that point in their life that I'm trying to get to. So I see what they do, and it's great, bro. And you just need that edge, that push, someone to help you raise your standards. Sure, you could do it on your own. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a hell of a lot easier when you've got somebody who you can literally look at and be like, yo, he's got what I want. I see his standards. I see that. And it's a wonderful thing. But the moral of the story is that you don't rise to your ambitions. We all have ambitions, but at the end of the day, when stuff gets hard, when your motivation is down, you're gonna fall to your standards. That's just how it works. And I'm gonna circle back to it too. It comes down to understanding and knowing that the person that you want to become has different standards than the person you are right now. And it's a slow transition, It's not something you're gonna be able to just switch like that. Don't expect yourself to, because that's when you're just gonna keep going in a loop. You go for a week straight, you revert back to your old habits. Make it slow, but make sure it's worthwhile and you're not gonna revert back to your old habits. And that ultimately comes down to, cutting off your old habits, right? Let's say I have a habit of playing video games. maybe sell your PlayStation, sell your Xbox. Or if your friends, you know, they love to drink or do stuff you're not about, you know, find new friends. I don't know what it is for you, but just think to yourself and be like, yo, is the guy I want to become, is he going to realistically be doing these things? If not, cut it out. That's really what it boils down to. But yeah, you don't rise to your ambitions. You fall to your standards. I don't care what you want to do in life, whether it's major or small. There are standards that come to achieving it. And one more thing I want to touch on too is that when you raise your standards, you're essentially increasing your chances, right? Let's say I want to make $1 million, right? Or I want to become in shape. It's always going to come down to being in shape. And I want to say this quickly before I go into this analogy. Fitness is the first thing that I recommend or think that you should take care of before you go to any other fathom of your life. Because if you can control your mind and your body, what else can you not control, right? There's the same principles and standards that come into fitness can be used everywhere else, bro. The standard of waking up early, doing things you don't want to do, pushing yourself to the limits, you know, eating healthy. Those are all things you can apply to anything in life. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, let's say I want to become really in shape. If I raise my standards of working out, not skipping cardio, eating healthy, at the same time, I'm increasing my chances of that happening. If I don't increase my chances, or if I don't raise my standards, my chances stay the same, or essentially they go down. If I increase my habits or my standards, I'm increasing my chances simultaneously. Because it's like, yo, I can't fail. If I do all these things, why would I not achieve what I'm trying to do? Why would I not? So essentially what you're doing is you're increasing your chances in achieving that thing, whether it's fitness, money, business, a job, whatever. Increasing your chances is increasing your standards, raising your standards. So that's one thing I've been, you know, thinking about for the last couple of weeks. And anytime you catch yourself doing something you probably shouldn't be doing, be like, yo, is this raising my standards or is it lowering it? Is this increasing my chances of doing X or is it lowering it? And it's crazy, you know, just think about it all the time. If you catch yourself eating unhealthy, skipping something, like, yo, is this helping me? Is this raising my standards? Is this moving the needle? So that's really what it comes down to. And I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days, weeks. But I just had to drop a vid on it. If you catch yourself, you know, daydreaming about stuff, forget all that. Just raise your standards, increase the chances. If you raise your standards, why would you not achieve it? Why? So that's what it boils down to. You know, I'm keep dropping a video a week, keep grinding, but that's something I wanted to drop for you guys, bro. Raise your standards. You don't rise to your ambitions. You're gonna fall to your standards. So keep that in mind. And as always, boys, peace out, and I'll catch you guys in next week's video.